I just finished building version 2 of my mini satellite model. It can show the time, weather, room temperature, and even works as a small desk lamp. With 2 versions, a 3D printed one and one in my signature brass wire style. It's easy to control using a touch switch. Now, let's get started. In this project, I'll be using a 1.3-inch TFT display. I'll measure the display first, then build a brass frame around it. For the frame, I'll be using 1.5mm brass tubing. Bend the brass tubing according to the drawing. Then solder the joint together. Remember to use a little flux to make soldering easier. I'll separate the display from the PCB. You can use a utility knife to make it easier, but be very careful. Trim the PCB a little to make everything more compact and cleaner. Then remove the pre-soldered header pins. Now that the display is much more compact, place it into the brass frame we made earlier and secure it with a little glue. Next, I cut the brass tubing into a few 3.7cm pieces, then soldered them onto the frame. For all the component connections, I used 1mm brass wire. For the brain of the device, I'm using an ESP32C5 from Seed Studio. It's compact, powerful, and supports Wi-Fi 5. Next, connect the ESP32 to the display. I'll leave a link to the wiring diagram in the video description. For temperature and humidity monitoring, I'm using an AHT10 sensor. Remember, I've included the wiring diagram in the video description. Now I'll solder the remaining pieces together to complete the frame. The frame will act as a common ground, so I'll connect all the negative terminals directly to it. Next comes the lighting. I'm using a 68mm Edison style LED, but this LED can draw up to 300 milliamps, far more than an ESP32 GPIO can supply directly, so we'll need a separate driver circuit. To handle that, I'm using a MOSFET, a transistor, and a few resistors. You can find all the parts in the video description. The control signal connects to a GPIO pin on the ESP32. Next, we'll need a touch switch to control the device. I'll build a small mount for the touch switch and attach it directly to the frame. and connect it to the ESP32 as well. I'll use a piece of black acrylic to create a fake solar panel. You can arrange and attach them in different ways, depending on the look you prefer. Next, attach the LED with its negative terminal soldered directly to the brass frame. Then connect it to the MOSFET circuit through a 10 ohm resistor. Connect the ESP32 to ground. I'll simply use the metal shell of the USB Type-C port to connect it to the frame. Connect it to your computer and use the Arduino IDE to upload the code. I'll also leave the code in the video description. Attach the antenna to the ESP32. For the initial setup, simply use your phone to configure the device. Connect the device to your Wi-Fi so it can get time and weather data. Then enter your API key, your city, and your time zone. I'll include instructions on how to get the API key in the video description. And now everything is working perfectly. If you ever want to reconfigure the device, just quickly tap the touch switch 5 times to reset the Wi-Fi and API key. For the base, I'm going to use a simple wooden coaster. And a 3mm brass tube. I'll use a female USB-C port to power the device. And a piece of wire to connect everything together. And with that, the brass version is complete. Now let's move on to the 3D printed version. I designed the enclosure specifically to fit all the components. You can find the 3D printing files in the video description. This version is much easier to build. Just connect all the components according to the wiring diagram I provided in the video description. I'm using a smaller SHT31-D sensor for this version. And add a small switch to turn the device on and off. Use hot glue to secure all the components inside the enclosure. Attach the LED to the 3D printed solar panel. Neatly route the wires through the built-in channels I designed for them and use a little glue to secure them in place. I trimmed the display PCB a little more to make it smaller. Just make sure to avoid any components on the board when cutting. And that's it. Both versions are complete. Which one do you prefer? Let me know in the comments below. It looks really cool on any desk, and the soft, warm light also makes it perfect for reading. I hope you have fun building your own version. Thanks so much for watching until the end. And I'll see you in the next project.